Known mostly on TikTok, that girl is a girl or any gender that gets up at 5 a.m., meditates, drinks smoothies, has showers every day, journaling, eating only healthy food, goes to gym every day, and is successful in many ways. As someone who's attracted to the idea of that girl, I see myself trying to find the balance between the social media perception of that girl and what works for me. Being that girl is more than fitting a certain aesthetic, as social media puts it, but the whole purpose of the trend is for you to do small things that are going to help you to build the best version of yourself. And how that version looks like depends on you, your personality, your circumstances, and how you see your journey going forward. So, as someone who creates content about helping students better themselves and helping students, do better academically and so forth, why am I talking about that girl personality? I understand university is a lot. It's stressful, there's a lot of workload, there's so many hours that you're dedicating towards your academic life that sometimes we neglect the other part of ourselves, which is the spiritual, social, and just other parts of her life that's not academic, because you're not just a university student. There's so much more to you. You can be a mom, you can be a wife, you can be a girlfriend, you can be a daughter, you can be a friend, and so many other roles that you fill. So as a result, I just wanted to highlight how this trend can actually be really beneficial to you creating a more holistic experience at university. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be breaking down this trend, or the different aspects that make up this trend of being that girl or that gender or etc. And I'm going to be highlighting how adopting those habits is going to help you to be a more functional, a bit more less stressed out student, and for you just to have a bit more enjoyable university experience. So the 5 aspects that I'm going to be taking from this trend is diet, exercise, self-care, routine, and educating yourself. So when it comes to diet, the one main thing that I wanted to highlight is how you time your food. So most of us, it's very easy for us to skip breakfast because obviously we need to get to class very early. So you can't be having breakfast at 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning. However, the effect of that is, remember, food is a fuel. And when do you need the most fuel? It's in the morning. So that's why they always say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, because you need that energy to be able to use it for the rest of the day. And I know most of us are like, oh my gosh, I can't eat breakfast, etc. But you need it because your body needs the fuel for you to be able to function, especially if you're a night owl, because you're so exhausted from you staying up late. You need that energy early in the morning, so try to get some breakfast in. And also the other thing that we do that is quite detrimental to ourselves is that we have a heavy meal at the end of the day. And what happens is we have a heavy meal, and remember, food is an energy. So you're consuming all this energy, but you're not going to use it for the rest of the night, especially if you're not a night owl. As a result, that energy gets stored up as fat, and that's how we gain weight, because we're not using that energy. And a lot of people be like, oh, but you're fasting the next day if you don't eat breakfast and that sort of thing. Well, yeah, but the amount of energy that you're using while you're fasting is not as big to compensate for the energy that you stored at night. As a result, that's why we need to eat earlier in the day, heavier meals earlier in the day, and then a lighter meal at the end of the day, because you don't need that much energy at the end of the day. In addition to that, obviously make sure that your water consumption is at least 2 liters or 8 glasses per day, because you're going to need that hydration during the course of the day. It also helps you to avoid snacking, because most of the time when we're snacking, we feel like, oh, I just want something, but most of the time it is because we are thirsty. So before you grab that snack, quickly have some water. If you feel like you're okay, then it was because of the thirst, but also water, you need it to regulate your body temperature, etc. And the other thing is you need to meal plan. If you plan your life, trust me, it works. If I've ever sent you an email, you should always see at the bottom of my email, it says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it's the same thing with your meal planning. You don't have to make it very complicated. There's so many easy ways that you can create simple meals for yourself that you can eat for the rest of the week, and you can make them different. Because I know when people hear meal planning, like, oh my gosh, I'm eating the same meals every day. It hasn't have to be like that. You can have your basic staples and then you just mix it up every single day. If you guys want me to do a video where I sort of do like a demo meal planning, definitely comment down below and let me know, and then I can do that. But simple way is you can use your oats or your cereal, that's your breakfast, because with oats you can mix it with so many different things. You can put fruits, you can put seeds, you can put honey, butter, you can put peanut butter, you can put jam. With oats you literally can put anything, and every single day it's different, and you can make overnight oats, which are amazing. You can just quickly warm up in the morning, or you can eat it cold with yogurt, milk. It tastes amazing, trust me, try it. And then for your lunch and your dinners, then that's when you have your staples, your rice, your macaroni, your couscous, your sorghum, your sam. And then you just have different sides with it, whether it's a salad, whether you're having beef, chicken. If you just plan your meals in advance, it works. And I know most people complain about, oh, but I don't want to eat stale food at the end of the day. Then you can just say on a Sunday you make meals for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then on Wednesday, then you make for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then you start again. So you're making meals twice a week. Trust me, it will save you money and time. The next principle I want to discuss about is exercise, but I'd like to rephrase it and say movement. When people say exercise, then you all freak out. Then you think about this whole expensive thing of going to the gym, buying cute outfits. It doesn't have to be like that. Keep it simple. The more complicated you try to make it, the more resistant there's going to be for you to get into it. So if you want to get into movement, walking, running, swimming, going for hikes, that 10-step thing that people do, it works because your body needs movement, your muscles need movement, because if you always keep them stiff, then obviously you're going to have problems, you're going to have pains, especially for us that are in the health field where we are standing out for a long time. You need that movement. The second thing is university gyms are cheap, because I know when I was in university it was literally 500 rand for the whole year, compared to private gyms that you have to pay that amount a month. So keep it simple, use your university gyms, and some gyms are even free. If you're in university, you have access to it, go for it. If you've seen most of my videos where it's like day in the life, I used to use the campus gym and it was free of charge, no one was using it, etc. So keep things simple, have an accountability partner. It's so much easier to get into it that way because it's more fun, you're doing it with someone and you don't feel so stuck. Because one of the big issues most of us have when we start gymming or when we start exercising, we don't know what to do. Like, okay, what do I do? So keep it simple, have someone who can give you advice on things that you can get started. You can start with home workouts. YouTube literally has so many things that you can follow, but find something that makes you excited. Even if it's buying that cute little outfit so that you're motivated to go to the gym, go ahead, but don't make it a big expenditure thing. But you need movement in your life. The thing is, movement is just not for us to have that slammer body or snatch and everything. It really is important for your spiritual and mental well-being, because it allows you to clear your mind, it allows you to de-stress, it allows you to take out your frustrations, because oh, we have a lot in university. So you just need that outlet other than journaling and praying, etc. You just need that, energy expenditure where you're just taking out your frustration. So it's more than just a physical thing of I want to look good, but for you to have that moment of just letting out all your anger. Because trust me, you will never regret going to the gym, but you will regret not going to the gym. So the third principle is self-care. And I know self-care, people have a lot to say about self-care, what self-care is. For some people, that's a bubble bath. For me, no, that's not my thing. I don't find bubble baths enjoyable. I just feel like I'm soapy, and no, for me, that's gross. For some people, they enjoy it. Some people like having candlelight and just relaxing. For you, could be just watching a movie because you haven't watched TV in a long time, because university is just keeping you damn occupied. Or for you, self-care is journaling. So self-care is just about doing something to care for your body, and that means a whole lot of different things for different people. So it's important for you to discover what works for you, but the main purpose is for you to let out your emotions. And I don't know if you watched my video on burnout, But like one of the things I was highlighting there is because I was not self-reflecting on what was happening around me, like all the emotions that I was keeping inside of me, all the frustrations, just all the stress that was just, building up in me, because I did not have an outlet. Even though I was going to gym, etc., I was not fully rationalizing, and my mind just kept on holding to those things. So if you don't have an outlet for what is happening to you mentally, it will catch up with you, and that's when you get to the point of burnout. So it's important, as much as we have a physical outlet like with exercise, etc., or venting to people, but you also need another outlet for you to take out emotions. And you can use a therapist, you can use a journal, you can just use a moment of quiet and peace to just meditate and think, I'm feeling these emotions and they're valid because this and this is happening, but I don't have to stay in this moment. I realize these are the emotions that I'm feeling, and I'm letting them go, and this is what I'm going to do to counteract that. If you can do a reflection once a week, once every 2 weeks, or even once a month if you're really busy, but trust me, it's really important that you do those self-reflections, because I've really started doing it, and I realized that there's so many things that I just keep in my head and they don't go out. And most of these things we don't talk to other people about. No matter how close we are to some people, there's just some emotions that we keep in ourselves that we don't allow other people to feel with us, etc., and those can really manifest in horrible ways. And trust me, when you have that emotional breakdown, it will be now an accumulation of all those things, and you really want to know how to pick up the pieces, because there's so many things that you're trying to juggle. So it's very important that you guys do have an outlet that is positive, and that's going to help you, because you don't want to have an outlet that's just going to make you feel even worse. So it's important that we do self-care. So with the trend, we see the girl waking up at 5 a.m. She does her morning routine. She goes to the gym. She comes back. She does her work, whether that's work, school, working at home. She has a nighttime routine. It's got this whole thing. It's very systematic. It looks very organized. It looks very mwah. And it's all because of routine, which is the fourth principle that I want to speak about. I'm not going to dwell a lot on this because I feel like I preach about this one a lot in most of my videos. But guys, it's important that we have a routine. Our brains need order. They need to know that at this moment this and this and this is going to be happening, because if we tell our body and it naturally gets into that habit, you won't ever have to force yourself to do something, because it's naturally ingrained in you to do that. The same way that we have a habit of checking our phones as soon as we wake up, that's something that we've done regularly, and your body has now taken that up as this is a norm, this is something that we do every day, and that obviously is a negative habit. Well, we can do the opposite and create good habits, and you don't have to start from scratch creating a whole new different routine. We all naturally have things that we do in a certain order, whether that's you waking up, going to the bathroom, brushing your teeth, showering, getting dressed, and going to school. That's a natural routine that you have. Then obviously there's new habits that you want to incorporate. Then obviously you put them into the normal routine that you have already. So I can say, okay, cool, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth as I normally do. Okay, now I'm fully awake. The new habit that I want to incorporate is now I want to do a devotion. You're awake, you have a glass of water, you do your devotion, then you go and shower. So obviously use the natural routine that you have and then add in things. It's easier to incorporate those things. And if you want to know more about this, you should definitely read the book Atomic Habits. I'll put it over here. Definitely read it, or I will link down the PDF down below. It really gave me such great tips on how to incorporate these habits and build this routine. But it's important that you have something that you do on a regular basis. That's the same way that we sleep train, the same way why we have routine in class, the same way that we have a routine in wards, etc. It just helps us to naturally get into things, and it doesn't make our brain have to think every single moment, what am I meant to be doing? Am I meant to be doing this? It's just too much havoc for our brains. We need our brain capacity to be doing more important things, such as making important decisions, studying, etc. So don't overburden your brain with trying to think of other mundane things that you don't need to. And the fifth principle that I want to cover is you need to educate yourself. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, that university experience is more than just about you getting good marks. You need to get more out of university. Guys, we are spending so much money and time in university, we need to make it worth our while. Yes, we're there to get our degree, to make our life better, etc. But there's so many other skills and so many other enjoyable things that we can get out of university. So the first one, please read for pleasure. I know we are all stuck into, yo, I need to read this chapter, I need to read this PowerPoint, this textbook, etc. But you need to build good habits, because a lot of things that we do in our university life, whether that's good or bad habits, they get ingrained at that moment in time. So it's important that you're reading for pleasure, that you're improving your vocabulary, you're improving your wisdom, all the things that you know, and read for pleasure, and use those good habits going forward into your life, because we are adults now, so we need to be building those good habits. If you know there's something that you struggle with, the whole generational trauma thing that we all like to talk about, if you realize that there's something that you have that you need to get sorted out, trust me, this is the best time for that. Another thing is join societies, clubs, groups, etc. On universities, there's so many things you can do. Obviously, with each university it differs, but there's choirs, there's sports groups, debating societies, there's so many things that you can join yourself, extracurricular activities. It allows you to be able to network, it grows your skills. You can use those different references and all the different societies that you're involved in on your resumes to make you look more of a fuller student, more than just someone who's like an academic. And doesn't even have to be involved with academics. It can be something that's out. For me, that was pathfinding, that's more church related. For you, can be something else. Maybe you're working with a non-profit organization, or maybe you're working part-time, etc. But just do something that's more than just academics, because trust me, employers want to see that okay, cool, your academics, but your life is not just centered around that. There's more to you, there's more to you as a person. So it's important that we are cultivating that, because trust me, we have a lot of time in university, as much as it doesn't feel like it when you're in the middle of it, because oh my gosh, deadlines, etc. Trust me, being now on the other side, like I barely have time to do anything, and I'm just like, damn, I really wasted time in university. So make use of that free time. If there's a hobby that you want to explore, this is the time that you have, so make use of it. Don't make yourself a very single-stranded type of person. Make yourself holistic, colorful, explore things that you really enjoy and get into it. Lastly, I would like to read this quote for you guys on what that goal is and how I envision it, and I hope you guys will incorporate and take up this new version of what that goal is. And it says, that girl is someone on a journey to realize their purpose. They prioritize their mental state and self-care. They are determined to realize their potential and only prioritize things which bring them peace. So this is the whole vision of what that girl is, or that gender, or that person, whatever that person is. So for me, I personally think it's very important for you to incorporate these principles into your life and become a more holistic person. It helps you to prevent burnout. It just helps you to develop yourself as a more wholesome, well-rounded person that's just not focused on academics. But it will also just help you to be able to handle the pressure that comes with universities and studies and all the challenges that come with it, and for you to just have a bit more enjoyable and fun experience at university, because trust me, they really are our best years. So I want you guys to enjoy it to the fullest and have the best experience with it. So I hope you guys will incorporate these, and let me know down below if you want that meal planning video or any other comments that you have regarding this video and being that girl, that guy, that person. So until next week, Friday, 12 p.m. South African time, have an awesome one. Bye guys.